Hey guys.
Take two. Welcome back to another episode of Pew Time with Tony.
And Jackie.
Listen, there's been a lot of different recordings with episodes coming out at different times after I record. Anyway, I think Jackie's been here. I know on the next episode you're going to hear me. Oh, she hasn't been here in a while. When actually she's been here like every episode. I've just been recording ones without her. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
So ignore anything that sounds crazy.
Like you.
Because I just messed up. Okay.
So I will not see you guys next week, but I'm there with you in spirit.
Correct. So next week's episode, to give you a heads up, will be the Northern Illinois Section Championship recap with a whole bunch of people.
Chaos. Chaos will ensue.
Pretty much chaos. On this episode, we have a normal episode plus a little segment where my buddy Eric Kamps comes on, and him and I had a little chat, so I'm going to insert it here talking about the Brew City Open. But let's jump into gun news.
Gun news. There's less product and more news this week.
I don't think so. There's more product.
Little bits of product, but it's about 50-50, I'd say. So first up, Wooks has introduced their Elegante stocks. They look good. They are specifically for the hunting and outdoorsman. They are for the Remington 700 SA and LA models, the Ruger 1022, and the Ruger American Gen 2. They're hybrid stock and they're Sportster stock. Very similar, absolutely gorgeous, either $529 or $549 respectively for each of those two models.
So it's basically just their same style stocks, except like the new fancy versions that they released at SHOT Show when we looked at them for the shotguns and the lever guns.
Correct.
Now for bolts. Gotcha.
Yes. And the 1022, which is a
Yeah, and they are pretty. It's very pretty stock.
So good looking.
Shadow Systems has come out and they did a very interesting way of releasing it. It was, hey guys, we are no longer owned by private equity. They are they used to be owned by Catalyst Holdings, and now Rose Strategic Capital has bought them, and Rose Strategic is a partnership between the company's CEO Trevor Rowe and investor Richard Rowe. It's a father and son duo. So this is kind of cool. I would like to see where this takes Shadow Systems. I know they've kind of hinted at like Shadow 2.0, or like I think it's called the Axiom. That's that gun that they were trying to show everyone at SHOT Show, but not everyone got to see it.
The booth was so packed.
Yeah.
Every time we went by there was like shoulder to shoulder.
And it'll be cool to see if they can turn the company around and become very focused, customer service driven, and drive it in the vision that they have for it, as opposed to a lot of times when you get into like private equity, it's, oh, hey, everything must be beholden to the bottom line.
I was gonna say it's all about the dollar.
Yeah. So interested to see where they go. Could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
FN Browning Group. So not FN or just Browning, but the conglomerate that owns them both has acquired Accuracy International. This is kind of interesting. So FN Browning Group, they may have a lot of military contracts. AI has military contracts, but AI has also been dipping into like big time into like the PRS world. Like they're the official Precision Rifle Series rifle. So it'd be cool to see if they start to make Accuracy International's never been associated with budget, like ever.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it's not even anywhere in their company. But I'd be interested to see if they go with this, if they're going to start having a little couple models trickle down to, hey, this is going to be available now at a more price conscious thing, because now you have a bigger pocketbook to work with.
Right. Well, that would be very exciting. Another acquisition, Aero Precision has announced that Aero Precision, Ballistic Advantage, Stag Arms, and VG6 are currently operating through a receivership process while in a transition to new ownership is underway.
Yeah. most people know Arrow and the group. They've been on life support for a minute,
Hmm.
and they put out this big press release that the new companies or the new ownership is on the way. Like customers are still being serviced. I I don't know. They're I guess we'll see.
Yeah. It says that, their manufacturing, shipping center, customer service will all remain active the uh throughout that transition. So,
Yeah, I think they on their press release they said Arrow and Stag are currently moving through production and fulfillment at a slower pace than we would like as we work through existing constraints and rebuild inventory. We appreciate the patience of our customers, dealers, vendors, and partners during this process. We will continue to provide updates for Aero Precision Ballistic Advantage Stag Arms and VG6. So, time will tell. Uh, it's a shame because, I mean, at one time, Aero was such a, you know, standout company for just the AR market in general.
right.
And I mean, I've shot the hell out of ballistic advantage barrels. They're very good. I would like to see them stick around.
Here, here. A lot of people are, there's a lot of changes in the industry, and there's a lot of changes, you know, what we're getting into the country, imports, the price raises, everything has been inflating for quite some time now. Um, I think we're going to see an awful lot of buyouts over the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Like we've already seen quite a few. I mean, I think we're going to see like staggering buyouts.
Yeah.
We're going to have like Glock's going to be the Disney of the gun world, and there's going to, not Glock specifically, but there's going to be a large conglomerate that owns 50% of the gun manufacturing facilities.
Nah, I don't think it'll be that much.
I think it's going to get to that point.
I just see there's legacy companies like Beretta. I mean, they're still family owned.
Hmm.
It's I don't see them going anywhere. I do see partnerships happening. I think that may be more.
Hmm.
I really think it's starting to flesh out stuff. Unfortunate. The truth is like Arrow's inventory and their customer service just isn't what it used to be. And when the market tightens up like this, if you're failing in an aspect like that that allows your customers to feel mistreated, you won't last.
Hmm.
So we'll see. We'll keep you updated as we know more. New stuff that I did not see coming from Derya,
Hmm.
the people that made the little Glock 43X and 19 thingy
Yeah.
that we saw at Shot Show.
Hmm.
Shot pretty cool, very interesting. They've released a lever gun. I,
I was assuming that more. I don't know for sure. If they're actually made in Turkey still, since they have their import and their manufacturing facility in Florida now. You know, are we going to see a lot more come out of them now that they have their second facility and they're importing their own guns
yeah, maybe.
versus going through Rock Island?
So they call it the RAN, which I looked. I don't know what it stands for.
Hmm.
Uh, but they've come out with two different models. One is a pretty cool looking walnut stock one. And speaking of walnut, it does kind of resemble
It
Wooks.
looks exactly like it. I had to like zoom in hard on the picture to see if it was.
Yeah. And M-lock on the wood handguard in the front, slings. This is a 20-inch barrel, and it comes in 357, 44, or 45 Colt. Adjustable sight with a Picatinny rail mounted like in the scout location, so a little further up on the barrel, or the rear of the barrel, but forward of the receiver.
Hmm.
Weighs in a little over 8 pounds, and depending on which caliber you get, 8 to 10 round capacity. It's pretty looking,
It's
and
gorgeous. It almost has like a satin stainless type
mhm.
finish look to it. I mean, according to the pictures, obviously we haven't seen the gun in person, but I'd be interested to get my hands on one.
And it's kind of appealing when the MSRP, so you know it's going to be a little less in the dealers, is $849 for this one.
Hmm.
And then they came out with the Ran Iron Wolf, which kudos on the name. And it's the same setup, except now it's an 18-inch barrel. And the furniture on this is,
Sick.
yeah, basically it tactical, not quite like Ranger Point precision type stuff.
Tactical cowboy.
Yeah.
Huge fan.
And the finish is black chrome, is what they call it. It looks like a satin,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is. It's pretty sick. it's pretty good looking.
And that's also available in 357, 44 Magnum, and 45 Long Colt.
And this one MSRP is $1,000.
Yeah, I would say stock wise, the one that gives me the looks feels or this one are probably like my favorite two ways to do a stock on a lever action. Like one way or another, either like super elegant, fancy, or like hardcore. Like this is my rocker lever. Like this thing is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm. Well, we're actually going to be able to see them in a couple weeks at GunCon,
Oh yeah, they're gonna be
and
there.
they're going to have those there.
Oh my gosh, you guys could be there too.
You could, and you should.
You can actually save some money
You
on
can.
your trip to
Yep.
Ohio, which is not far,
It's not.
depending on where you're at. It's in the
So
middle of the country, so
June 20th, join us in Niles, Ohio. You can use code LNL on guncon.net, grab your tickets, and come hang out with us and check out the new Derya Ran and Iron Wolf.
very exciting. And we can't wait to see you there. Man, the 20th, that's like super, super close. It's a week and a half away.
Yes.
Put in your requests off, peoples.
Yeah. Or just show up. Come in sick.
It is on a Saturday, so if you travel Friday night, show up.
I
The
think they
show's on
actually save even more money now because I think the t-shirts are made. So now all tickets are sold without t-shirts. So I think it's actually cheaper.
Oh, and then you still save the 10% using code LNL.
Yep.
Nice.
Next up, I'm very excited for this.
He's not stopped talking about this all week long. So I'll announce it. No,
Sure, go ahead.
I'm not gonna take your
No,
thunder. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It is the Beretta 94X.
Performance is the full name. 94X Performance.
I'll let you continue.
It is a new designed frame that is based off the Vertec. It is called the Vertec Pro frame. It has a longer, dare I say, an actual full-size grip, which allows for new 20-round flush fit mags.
Here, here.
And it is not the only change there. They have the new unswept beaver tail profile, which is a huge change,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice. I'm a big fan of this. Raised trigger undercuts. They have lowered the RDO slide cut by 3 millimeters, which I know talking about it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking about the height of an optic,
Right.
that's pretty good.
Well, when you imagine this, right? Put a 9mm round on top of your gun and look at how tall it is. A third of that is taken away.
So I'm guessing
Like it is big.
the RDO sat really high. I'm assuming this is going to be closer to how the Langdon guns sit.
Mm.
That's my guess. It also comes with the Extreme S trigger for it's got shorter and it's got a shorter reset than the standard 92. Cold hammer forged barreled with reinforced steel formulation, 30% wider and deeper serrations. Redesigned safety levers, flush in the back, wider on the front for improved contact. A 1mm fiber optic front sight, blacked out serrated, negatively inclined rear sights. Slide catch lever with thinner and angled profile. Revised longer firing pin geometry. Increased extraction reliability. Graphite gray finish redesigned polymer grip panels with palm swells.
That's what I'm excited about.
Awesome. And reversible mag release button. And if you get the launch edition, it is DLC with acid green accents, aluminum grips with polymer Beretta 500 3D printed inserts.
So I'm most excited for the magwell, or not the magwell, the grip inserts, the palm swell grip inserts, because like regular 92s, and I think we've maybe touched on this before. I know, being married to an Italian, it's an absolute disgrace to say that I am not a fan of the 92FS. He's shaking his head at me. So, and that's strictly because of my hand size. When they came out with the Vertec grip, huge fan. Like, you got a 92X, 94X you want to bring into the house, huge fan, and I might steal that from you also. But when you add that palm swell on the side, that is what does it for me.
Well, hopefully we get to see one soon, and I'm already glad you cleared the purchase, because unfortunately they've not released an MSRP for it.
Well, I said 92X or.
So if I had to guess, this is going to be more of a slightly hopped up version above like their 92X. So I'm going to guess it's going to start, not the launch edition, the regular one. If I had to guess, 14 to 1600 MSRP.
Mm-hmm. So that seems about where I would expect for it to be. And I do wonder, like, are the grips that they released for this going to be interchangeable with the others? Or, because we talked about the grip being longer, will they not be interchangeable?
I don't think they will.
And if they are going over really well, do you think that they will come out with a style of grip like that for the shorter grip, the standard 92s?
Well, you can already get palm swells from places like Lock.
I mean, something like this style, this exact style, where it is by Beretta and it has an insert that you can change out to make it thicker or thinner
Oh, maybe.
in just that spot.
Possibly. Beretta's not the one making them, though. I looked at the picture on there, and it's got the TS logo on it, which, nope, does not stand for Tony Salis. It stands for Tony Systems.
Yeah.
Another Italian company that makes a lot of stuff for Beretta. So possibly, if it goes over well, I'm sure that they could figure some way to take the grip panel inserts backwards to like a 92X.
See, that I would be really interested in.
I think.
Not about length for me.
Thank God.
It's about girth. I want the palm swells. I don't care about the length.
I think that's it for gun news.
Thank God. That was getting awkward.
On to shooting sports. So the Wisconsin sectional has been rescheduled with a new venue at Saukville in West Bend, Wisconsin for October 9th. Congrats. Thank you to the Saukville range.
For picking it up so last minute.
For picking it up last minute and going forward with this. I think Nighthawk jumped on. I think it's their title sponsor is Nighthawk. We covered before all this crap about someone getting stripped of their stuff. These guys picked it up. So if you can make this match, please sign up, sell this match out and help the club put on a stellar match and have good attendance for having to pick it up so late.
Mm-hmm.
So guys at Saukville, thank you. I'm sure the Wisconsin guys appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great match. This will be the perfect time where I'm going to play the segment I did with my buddy Eric, where we talk a little bit about the Brew City and how you should jump on board and have fun with us. So give that a listen. We'll be right back. All right, guys, like I promised, here's the chat with Mr. Eric Kamps about his new major for this year because, well, the Northern Illinois boys, we stole his match that he started for us, and now it's actually in Illinois. So he felt like he had nothing to do, and he's got all the time in the world, supposedly, to do a match.
Yeah.
What's up, Eric?
Oh, not much. Hey, happy to be here. And to be fair, I voted for it to move away from Schultz, you know.
I know you did. That's just
Yeah.
me talking shit. It's just hilarious. I love that you started it. It really kicked it off and got people moving, which was your goal from the get-go.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Like we were a section, we didn't have a sectional. I restarted it and I didn't want to have it forever.
Yeah. And some people just some semantics get wrapped up. People like it's in Wisconsin. It was like, well, technically so is that club.
Yeah. And we're only 49 years old, so it's like if you want us to leave the section.
Yeah, no one votes for that. I like you
Some
guys
people
too much.
but
Okay,
yeah,
so Northern Illinois just happened in ASC.
it did.
You decided that didn't matter. Your home club is still going to host a major.
Yes. Yeah, I wanted I wanted to keep the ball rolling because you know it's like if anybody out there is listening, running a major match is hard. And a level 2, I'm sure, is easier than a level 3, easier than a level 4, right? So, and running a level 1 is hard enough. So, it's kind of tough when you get the pieces in place to do it, to let them go, you know, both in infrastructure and institutional knowledge. Because, you know, you get the same faces coming back year after year, more or less, and they just figure things out, you know, like, so why let all that go? You know, that was one of the questions I asked myself.
Mm-hmm.
And well, it's kind of your point, just when you're picking on me for running the Northern Illinois sectional in Wisconsin, because we're north of the Cheddar Curtain here. So like it's almost like I then went and made a tongue-in-cheek match around cheese and beer and all things Wisconsin, and I'm assigning the activity to the Northern Illinois section. Almost like that's what I'm doing.
Which is fair. I mean, I will tell you, everyone down here south of Wisconsin was completely shocked that you were running a major.
Well, I'll take it as a compliment, you know. I mean, I have goals for it, right? Like I
We'll
have
talk
reason.
about that because you've talked to me about it. I think people don't understand. I mean, it's going to sound really corny for a second, but they don't understand the deep love you have for this sport and how important it is for you to see it grow and continue.
I would say that's
Your plan.
yeah. What is my plan? Well, like I kind of touched on, you know, having the institutional knowledge and all the mechanisms in place to run a match. But when I restarted the Northern Illinois sectional, like I said, I didn't want it to be at my club forever and a day. I didn't want to just keep running. I mean, I'd happily do it, but really, I looked at our area. We have 2 giant population centers, like pretty close to each other. We got Milwaukee, Chicago, and they're all the suburbs, both cities, right? So a huge population, but we don't have major matches necessarily nearby. I would say probably the closest thing we've had in a while would be what area 5 in Winnequa 2016, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of like, you know, me running Northern Illinois. So I looked at it, and there's about 3 gun clubs geographically nearby that could run it, right? There's us, Schultz, you guys, ASC, Polo, right? All of our facilities that could run major matches. So the hope here is that as we pass the Northern Illinois section match to each club and let them have their time with it, do their thing. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
I mean, I think you did better than I did, but I mean, that's just me saying that. Um, you know, like the idea is that after the match leaves, you guys will have all the, I mean, you clearly have the infrastructure and knowledge. You know, that would be an option for you guys to run more major matches that necessarily Northern Illinois sectional. And then if you're just a shooter in our area, you could potentially have 3 major matches that you could drive to from your house. That sounds like a good thing, right?
It's a great thing.
So that's kind of where I wanted it to go. So, you know, keeping that template going, I thought let's run a major at Schultz. So I came up with the Brew City Open. I mean, I guess I don't know your shooting audience, how long they've been shooting, but we all remember, most of us remember the Florida Open when it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're nodding. Yeah, Florida Open used to be awesome.
I've
It
never
was
shot it, just stories from you and like Les and everyone.
it was I mean, speaking frankly, it was an expensive match, both in terms of match, entry, travel expenses. It was in Florida in the dead of winter, which was awesome. But the stages, the competition, the things that it brought to the table made it totally worth it. Like it was the match on my calendar every, I think it was January, February, late January. And so I was thinking, let's do a Midwest version of that. You know, Obviously Rome wasn't built in a day. So like I'm not saying Brew City Open is going to be Florida Open at its peak. They had decades of experience. They had Shannon down there. They had a lot of stuff working for them. But this is the first step.
Mhm.
Creating standalone match, not tied to a section championship. I mean, I'd be happy if it was, but just like let's make it really fun level 2, all the bells and whistles of a level 2, grow it, and then it helps both my club Niza and the host club Schultz. So like when I pitched it to them, I said this is going to be hopefully a long-term thing. Like year after year, everyone puts it on their calendars. Let's go do this thing. And that helps us build infrastructure at the club. It's a lot easier for me to ask for bathrooms on the upper bays or overhead stuff when it's bringing income in and it's a set thing.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that's kind of where my thoughts on running it.
So to the crew that was like the foundation of who just did this past Northern Illinois with me, basically what Eric is telling you is don't plan on having an off year. Like we got voted to have it for next year. So come 2028, we should not plan to have an off year. We should have our own standalone major for 28, and section will be whoever takes it after that.
Yeah, I would think that would be, if I had to vote in the section or if I had the ability to vote, that's what I would vote for.
Your overarching grand evil plans is even if a club doesn't get voted to use the section as their major, all of the clubs interested should still strive to run a major. One, it'll prepare you for the section. And two, it'll benefit all the shooters in both of our densely populated areas that we can have, like you said, 3 majors a year within 3 hours of driving?
Exactly. I think it would be great, for maintaining and building our community, bringing in people from outside of it to shoot at it. Like, yeah, that's quite a good selling point. And more
Yeah.
USPSA, I think, is always the goal. Like more matches, more opportunity. I feel like, and you'd probably have a better handle on it than I would, but like we're seeing a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Like, which is good. The 3 to 4 year burnout turnaround, we understand that's a thing. It's just like when your match sells out and you can't let people in, you're kind of afraid the people that can't get in won't show up at all.
True.
That's the way I feel about it. Nyes has been in a good spot where we've been selling out our matches this year. I think partially because of some of the changes we've made, but I mean, it's just, I think there's more people interested in participating, which is great. I want them to come shoot. And level
Yeah,
2s are the gateway to higher stuff.
I'll be candid. I mean, 2 of our clubs down here, they sell out within 30 minutes.
Yeah. And you kind of wonder what's your loss. Like, not obviously the club's doing fine, but like how many people can't get in for a couple of months and they find a new hobby and they move on?
Right.
Right.
Or, take this, shooters, like take this as if you've never helped with a match. And this is me speaking candidly. I mean, I've helped set up matches and stuff like that, but I've never been as involved with a major as I was this one. Like I've helped you with sponsorships on some stuff before, but never like what I did this past Northern Illinois.
Well, I could tell seeing you that I'm like, he's got the full feel of what a major's like.
Yeah. It was fully there. So I have a brand new respect for anyone that's ever done anything with a major to help put it on the ground and make it an actual match. But
especially starting one, it's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't know how things are going to go.
Yeah. I do think, I mean, we were lucky enough to be in an area where we have so many shooters. Like, regardless, we looked at it like, well, we sell out 100 plus shooters at these two clubs at least. So we're going to have at least that, right? It's going to be at least there.
Yeah.
But for you shooters that don't help out or haven't really helped at a major and are sitting back always going, I'd shoot more majors, but I have to travel. Eric's kind of laying it out for you. Like, if you push, even if it means you getting involved, if you live in the Chicagoland or the Milwaukee area, potentially having 3 majors that you can sleep in your own bed for.
Yeah.
Like, that's a luxury in any part of the country.
Yeah, I mean, USPSA, I mean, I think probably all the shooting sports are very regional, right? Like, you have hot spots and you have dead zones. You know, I'll just say, I grew up in Green Bay and there was no USPSA. I didn't find it till I moved out of Green Bay, right? And even to this day, I don't think living in Green Bay, where we have to go, like, there's some indoor stuff, but otherwise Ripon, which is like 2 hours away. And it's not a small city. I mean, it's not Chicago, but it's not a small population center, and they got a lot of land.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like having a density of majors is definitely good.
Yeah. So let's talk about your major, Brew City Open. I guess just give us the rundown. What, when is it? I mean, it's obviously at Schultz. When is it? What's the flavor going to be like? The theme, if there is one? How many stages?
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So starting at the top, it will be June 27th, 28th, 2026. So this month. As of today, because it's that part of the match planning where you're on practice score many, many times a day. I think I had 96 open slots. The majority of them are on Saturday. So I'd like to say Sunday is basically sold out. There might be some drops or some changes and stuff. So somebody really wants to shoot Sunday, consider it. There might be an opening, but probably not. $135. It's a 1-day format, 10 stages plus chrono. The theme is beer.
All right.
Beer and cheese, I guess. Beer and cheese. So yeah, all the stages are named after Wisconsin beers, except for one, because I had some help from a friend in Jamaica. So I named a stage Red Stripe. It seemed appropriate.
That's, more than fair.
It was more than fair. He was gracious enough to lend me some ideas and an actual stage design. So I was like, Rohan, I'll give a little tip of the hat,
So he's shooting it, right?
He is not. There might be another friend of mine from JRA coming up. It's kind of up in the air. Other than that, I've got one Canadian coming, so pretty excited about that.
Well, for the one Jamaican, or at least for us, I am going to try and make the match. I'll have to see if I can find a 6-pack or 2 of Red Stripe for post-match ceremonies.
I know we sell it here, but I mean, Red Stripe just hits best when you're on a beach.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, but I would say that's probably the only, where it's been primarily consumed in my life, but
it's the only place I've consumed it. So,
but yeah, no, I mean, I feel like I got pretty good ties to JRA. So we kind of talk all the time and like bounce stages back and forth. So I thought, why do this all myself? I'll have Rohan help me out. So
cool. What's the flavor of the match? I would imagine you guys probably won't be as physically demanding as we were at AS.
Oh, what are you saying, Tony? What are you saying? Just no, you're 100% correct.
This is coming from a fat guy. I hated half the stages we had to do.
No. It's no, you are correct. Like I mean, so we have 5 of the big bays. Well, we have all of the big bays, and then I have to use 5 of the small bays. So I mean, just straight up, it's kind of hard on a smaller bay to get a 40-yard run because it's only 22 yards deep. I really have to get creative and, kind of diabolical to make that happen. So, no, the idea is we're going to feature, we bought quite a few activating targets. So the plan is to utilize those to their full effect. And then Nice's typical theme is a little bit fast and, fast and hosey. It's not going to be a hoser match. I mean, there's for sure one stage I set up to just kind of get the splits going, but the rest of it should be kind of shooting on the move type stuff. Like fast, but not just egregiously fast. We do have one strong hand only stage, and you know, like they didn't. So like, I shoot a fair amount of IPSC, and I think they get up to medium field courses, strong or weak hand only, which I really wish we could do. So we have an 8-round steel stage that'll be, you know, like a lot of movement. It shouldn't be abusive, but it should be like, you know, I'm guessing the lowest hit factor of the match, unless you have a squib or 20 malfunctions, Tony.
Can't see it, but I'm flipping them off. Well, so
Yeah,
being IPSC and the, at least one high, like really high speed has always been your flavor. There's always been one. Every time I've shot a sectional up there, whether it was Wisconsin or Northern, there's always one where you can like really hammer down. So that's, I mean, that's par for the course for you.
yeah. It's a theme I like leaning into. I think people have a lot of fun with it. I'm not saying a 10-stage like hosey match is a good match, but a little bit keeps it fun.
Yeah. Are you going to be utilizing the, what is it, 1.1 whatever, where they cannot exit fault lines?
There's talk about using it on one. So none of my stages, well, I should know my stages better than I do. None of my stages feature separated shooting areas, but one of them features a shooting area where like the fault lines are recessed back from, like, let's say a shooting port, but it's more like a space between walls. So me and the RM had talked about utilizing that rule just so that you'd have to like step around it, and you would still have options to shoot on the move, but kind of like your match, they're going to be farther shots. So it's like,
Mhm.
do you post, shoot 2 targets, run around the circle, run around the little square, shoot 2 targets, or do you try to shoot it while moving type thing?
Mm-hmm.
And one of those like kind of body position choices, like what part do you want to come in on? And yeah, so I would say right now it's not in there, but it has been discussed.
Okay,
And
so it's a possibility.
it's a possibility, but it wouldn't be there won't be any stages where the best plan would be to like cut out a, you know, relieve the fault lines. I'm going to leave that in there by and large. Yeah.
Okay. How many rounds?
If I had to guess, 300.
Okay. Give or take 50.
Yeah, give or take 50.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have added them up at this point, but most stages are 26 to 30 rounds, a couple 32 rounders, and one 8-rounder. So the 8-rounder will drive it down.
I got it. I mean, I'm honestly excited about the 8-rounder. I think it's an interesting challenge, and I can't wait to hear all the people bitching that they had to run all the way to this corner to shoot one popper.
Strong hand only.
Yeah. Cool.
But it'll be good, you know. It won't be egregious. It'll be doable, but I'm expecting there to be makeups.
Yeah. It says 8 rounds. You'll be lucky if you're shooting 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I guess so you got about 90-ish spots left. So you guys need to sign up for it now. So just search up Brew City Open on Practice Score. And yeah, fill this fucker up, because I mean, Eric, obviously, we've talked about it before, he's been on the show enough. You guys know he does really good matches. He's a person that I called when I got more involved with the Northern Illinois match. So he's a big influence on us. He's obviously very good at it. So
I try. I mean, you make mistakes every day, right? Like, so try to learn and move on, right? Like,
yeah, but that's the thing. It's the learning part. You know, you're good about it. Like, oh, yeah, that happened. Let's try not to do that again.
yeah. I mean, what was it? The first Northern Illinois section I ran, I wanted a strong hand weekend stage, and I think I had like 50 plus people zero it. That was an experience. Like, this was not a good stage.
Again, learn.
Yeah, well, it won't be that bad. It really was that bad.
Yeah. I like how you set the bar really low for this 8-round stage. Like, it won't be that bad. Like, it could be worse.
Well, it's hard to sell something like that. Like, you're gonna have fun. But it's not gonna be egregious, because I always, we're speaking frank, right? Like, sometimes I think the mark of a bad stage designer is when difficulty is the goal.
Yeah.
Like, difficulty can be in there and like all that, but like, headbox is only on a boring stage is a boring stage that's stupid hard, right? Like, headboxes have a place, partials have a place, all that has a place, but you have to know how to kind of use it to maximize what your intent is and to make sure that everyone's still kind of having fun and being tested at the same time.
I agree. And that's why I do think, at least at this past Northern, I think we accomplished that. Like, we had some stages where it definitely tested you more physically. There were some tougher ones. There was a lot. And I think
Yeah,
people,
I mean, I would say the theme of your match going away from it is a very physical match in terms of movement, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't egregious. I mean, the 40-yard dash stage was, it was what it was, but at the same time, it wasn't a 400-yard dash. The shooting was interesting, and especially with that stage, I like the varied. Like, I'm a big fan of gear shift, and like, you guys had gear shift and spades on that one, so it's like, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. And I tell people, one, it was only one stage that had like a crazy amount of running by most people's standards. But two, if you'd have shot stage 5, the one that you shot 3 stages prior, your step count was almost the same because that was on a gigantic bay. There just wasn't dead time not shooting.
Yeah.
So, and when you tell people
Also
like that, they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So, like, yeah, no one just likes running all out like that part. Yeah, I get it. But we are practical shooting, and running, from what I hear, can't speak from experience, is pretty practical.
Yeah. And I mean, it is a stage everyone is talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whoever sponsored that stage really got their miles, right?
That would be the Chicago Gunslingers.
Well, yeah, they did a good job on that one.
Sponsor wise, who's sponsoring?
Oh, our title sponsor is Eagle Sports Range. So check them out. They have a Cudahy, Wisconsin one, basically Milwaukee. So we're very thankful for them. And then we have, see if I think I can remember them all because I just made this matchbook. Tabora Customs. So Yevgeny's holster company. We have Atrium Training. So that'd be Justin Anderson. So we're very happy to have him. We have Black Mammoth Holsters. So Alex has been super supportive this whole year. We have Gun Camp. So Twista, right? So he's sponsored 2 stages. We have Boaz Ammo. They're sponsoring a stage. We have Tim Herron. So Tim Herron has been supportive of all my matches so far. So it's always nice to see him come back. Gun Training Group, Bigfoot Brass. So Mark Schulte, when he sponsored our April match, he was like, just put me down for a full-on one.
If you guys notice a trend, at least in our Southern Wisconsin, Northern Illinois area, and even Southern Illinois, I'll throw them in too, because it's apparent there as well. A lot of our sponsors, a lot of people that help put these matches on, are all local, not only companies, but also shooters. They're patrons of the matches, and they want to see them grow. I mean, 90% of people that Eric just mentioned are all local businesses to the both of us.
Yeah.
So,
hey, I mean, that's I think that's where our platform shines the best. Like, this is a thing that your customer base will be attending, and it's a good way to show support and get your name out there.
Yeah, so I just think it's important to notice it was a big trend with even with Northern Illinois this year, along with Brew City. A lot of them are people that shoot our matches or are shooters. So back the companies that like back what you enjoy doing and help put on, like, help guys like Eric or us down here with like the Chicago Gunslingers and myself put on Northern Illinois, because without them it becomes a little more difficult, a lot more difficult.
Oh, it does. I mean, the sponsors do a lot of the. I mean, how to say it, right? Like, without shooters, we don't have a match. So everyone who shows up, they support the things they want. They're voting with their dollars and their time, right? Like, and that's important to remember, because it's like they could do anything they wanted on this Sunday, and they're choosing to come out and hang out with me and do this thing, right? So that's important. But the sponsors really step in and do a lot of the heavy lifting above and beyond, right? Like, so, it's like $135. I could give you some stuff and I could put on the match, and that would be that, right? But the sponsors, like, are pretty much filling the prize table. They're covering the extra quality of life stuff. And, as like a symbiotic relationship, it works out really well.
Yeah.
So
they help cover the stuff that you as a shooter, if you've never been involved with a match, don't notice, like the extra porter potties and stuff like that. That comes from sponsors.
yes.
The sponsors are what, aside from banners being hung up everywhere, they truly are what make it feel, when done right by the match, make it feel like a bigger deal than a level one.
Yeah. They put the polish on it.
So, well, that's awesome, man. I'm excited. I will throw a link for you lazy bastards that don't want to go to practice score and type in Brew City. I'll put a link in the description of this episode, and you can just click it and sign up.
Well, excellent. It's much appreciated, Tony. And yeah, we're, like I said, we're hoping to build something out of it. So it's, you can be there for our inaugural year. Next year, NYSA turns 50. So
Yeah, that's
hoping
awesome.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't there. I'm not 50 years old, but we have some shooters that were there. So we're hoping to do some sort of celebration. Started working on it now. So
Let me know. I'll definitely be involved. I would like to see that be a rather big match next year.
yeah. Well, I appreciate it. And I'll let you know. Right now, it's on my schedule. It's like get through Brew City, or not get through, but complete Brew City.
Right.
Then what do we have? There's something in July. I don't remember what's
Area
in July.
5.
What's in July?
Isn't Area 5 of July?
Could be. And then, but then for me, August, I'm heading out to Pan Am. So once Pan Am's over with, I can take a big, deep breath. I think we have Indiana and Wisconsin after that for local stuff. So, but once Pan Am's over, then I can kind of focus on other things again.
I know that all too well. I'm just now getting that almost. My side work is still not done, but almost the breath of it's over.
Yeah. A very wise match director, Tom Palmer, told me there's a postpartum feeling to completing a major match. Like, it's super stressful for about a month. Well, it's stressful the whole time, but a month until last shots, high levels of stress. You get a small breath, then you have all the wrap up stuff, which just never seems to end. There's always something that comes up, but then, you do get that euphoria of like, hey, we did a good thing. Never a perfect thing, but we did a good thing.
Cool, man. Well, thank you for coming on, talking about it. I hope you guys all go sign up and shoot and support Eric in his grandmaster plan of completely changing the shooting in the Midwest, I guess.
Well, it's super positive plan, and clubs can elect to do it if they want. It's just setting out a template for success.
Yeah. Do it, because clearly it works, because it's driven a bunch of people down here even more. So I can, even if they won't admit it, I will admit it with how they talk. It has driven them to do and want to push it to be better. So it's clearly working, sir. So keep it up.
Well, thank you, and congratulations on your match. It was fantastic.
Good, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, guys, sign up to Brew City, and I will probably see you up there, because Eric and I haven't had a proper rematch since, the hell was that? 2023.
2023. Oh, at Schultz.
Yeah.
Yeah. We shoot together enough, but not enough, all at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Like, what was it? The Wit, I had your cigar cutter from the year before.
I know.
And you think, for as involved as you were with all that, I'd see you, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So I had to like drop it off at the front desk.
Right. Especially
And I almost ended up with it again after Northern Illinois.
You did. Yes,
I-
you did.
but I got it back to you.
You did. Awesome, dude. Well, I hope this match sells out for you, and I hope to see you up there.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate the support.
All right, dude. We'll talk soon.
All right, we're back. It's always good to hear from Eric.
And here I am. I'm back too.
You are back. I'm super excited for Brew City. I am going to try and clear my schedule to at least try and make it up there. Sounds like he's putting on a pretty damn good match. The 8-round stage that's strong hand only is super appealing to me.
Yeah. And we are 2.5 weeks out from that.
Yes.
So you do still have time to get in.
As of that recording, which was only a couple days ago before this, 90 slots, I think, ish, most of them on Saturday, like Eric said. So get in, sign up, go shoot in Southeast Wisconsin. He always puts on good stages. So go have some fun.
Our next segment.
Tales from the gun counter.
So I had a really hilarious, way too long conversation talking about something completely different from what the customer was talking about. And the way everything lined up, we really thought we were talking about the same thing for far too long. He goes, I need a holster. I said, oh yeah, what's it for? And he said, my car. And I assumed the fire. Right. So I'm talking to him about different ways of retaining it, leather, kydex, this and that. And it wasn't until I said,
So you were thinking KAHR.
the brand, when I said, what's it for? And he said, my car. So I went straight into finding him, a holster that he would like, something that's going to be small enough to fit. Almost every single car pistol fits in the exact same holster, which is mighty convenient. So I went and showed him some leather ones. I showed him some kydex that would probably work perfectly if he had his gun with him. He goes, oh, I don't have it with me now. And I said, that's okay. I would go with a leather one. It's going to be soft against your body. He goes, well, it's not really going to be in my body. I'm going to, tuck it underneath the passenger seat. I'm like, oh, so you're looking for a holster for your car? He goes, that's what I said. I'm like, oh.
Like his vehicle.
Yep. For his vehicle.
So this could have been avoided two ways. He could have said vehicle. Or you should not have assumed, and this is not a dig at car. I actually like car pistols. 90% of people have no idea or have never heard of them.
Yeah.
So the odds of someone coming in to ask for a car holster are slim to none. And you decided to roll with that.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I went with the least likely possibility.
And we had
like a 5-minute conversation about different materials for holsters and benefits and pros and cons for each type of holster. And it wasn't until the end of that lengthy and unnecessary lesson that he received from me that.
So you are proof. Every time every single person has ever sat down and watched a sitcom and go, there's no way this would have ever happened in real life. Conversations like this don't happen. They indeed.
They do.
They do.
They do.
That's hilarious. So let us know in the comments if you've ever shot or even heard of a car pistol. I'd be interested to see how many people go, what's that?
You've shot one.
I've shot plenty of them.
You shot one specifically that I can remember that
Yes.
is ingrained in all of our memories.
I'm sure it is. That'll be a story for another day.
Our week in shooting.
Our week in shooting was full of stuff.
So much stuff. It started out with a little range session at the archery range.
For you.
For me. You were very, very busy working edits and booking podcasts and doing all sorts of busy man things, working on the website. I think you got quite a bit done. I
still not finished. Don't at me.
You got a lot done.
Yeah.
And I probably had the best session with my bow that I've ever had at 40 yards. I was in like a Yeah, my pinky to my thumb would be like 6 inches, 7 inches, maybe 6 or 7 inch circle is where I had all my
Shit,
my
it's at least
weights.
8.
Yeah,
The group size. Yeah,
the
no,
group
I'm saying, yeah.
size. The group. Yeah, it was a pretty tight grouping. I had 6 arrows and I ran about 7 rounds of them, and my fifth and sixth round were like my absolute best. I was getting way better at not having to sky draw, or at least sky draw too early into my session. Like I can do a regular draw for almost 20 arrows before I start getting a little fatigued and have to like modify into not a full on sky draw, but a little bit more of an angle on it to pull downward.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm getting stronger. My groups are getting tighter. October 1st, the deers better watch out. No, I still have a long ways to go. So back to the range again this week and next week and the week after that, up until archery season.
You so for those of you that are more visual, it's when you get like a little dessert plate, little at like a kid's party,
Hmm.
the little plates, that's what your group size was, which is fantastic.
It Thank you, by the way. And it did take me like 4 rounds, so about 24 arrows to get warmed up enough to get it that tight.
Did you say warmed up?
Warmed up, yeah.
Warmed?
Warm,
Warmed? Warmed up?
warmed
Warmed
up.
up?
Warmed up.
Like warmed? Warm? Warm?
Warm.
Warm?
Warmed up.
Warmed?
The word is starting to lose meaning. I'm not getting warmed up or warmed up.
All right. I've taken warm too far. Let's go.
Next on the itinerary for the week.
Oh, you're done with archery?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I felt good about what I did. It took me a lot of warming up to get to that point. The goal is that when I go out there and I run an arrow completely cold, you know, with the bow straight from the case up to the target, and I shoot 6, that I can get that exact same group on my first run. That is the goal.
Yeah.
And right now I'm like, 24 to 30 arrows in before I'm warmed up enough to get that tight. Warmed up.
Got it. I got it. They are aware now, I think.
Warmed up.
It's going to be the new thing on the range. Oh, Jackie, are you warm? Are you warm? Are you warm?
You wiggle, wiggle. Would you love me if I was a worm?
Let's see. Oh, we attended OutdoorCon,
We did.
which was a local outdoor show to us. It was in Schaumburg, and this is their 3rd year.
24 was their first year, so this is their 3rd event. I think it was the first time in the Chicagoland area, which is why it started showing up like for us, because I hadn't heard of it prior.
I've not either, and I'll be candid with you guys. It was much smaller than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
I think the attendance was lower than anticipated. They pulled some good sponsors, though. I mean, their title sponsor was Monster.
Mm-hmm. And Sitka was there.
Right. So it was a little underwhelming. I won't lie to you. But it was cool to go out. We did see some cool-ish products.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cigar stuff, which is always cool.
Yeah, cigar stuff.
Honey stuff.
The honey was amazing. They have like a dozen different flavors of like infused honey.
Yeah, what was it called? Honeybee?
I believe so.
I don't think you caught the guy. He was a clever little shit. He's talking about, like, I was like, oh, where are you guys located? He's like, oh, we're in Kansas, and that's about it's about an hour south
As the owl flies?
as
Or
the bee flies.
the
Is what
bee. Oh, the bee flies. That's what he
Yes.
said. I knew it was something like super clever like
Yeah.
that, but yeah, bees with the honey. Yeah, that's funny. He must have worked on that one.
Yeah, or he's like, I'm using that. Like, bee flies.
Right. Jalapeno habanero was my
Oh, yeah,
favorite.
it was good.
By the way.
So it wasn't bad. It was on the smaller side. And I think it's because we are so used to attending much larger shows.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking for it next year to see if it continues to grow.
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully more people. And the weekend, it was slow everywhere this
Yeah.
weekend. I think a lot of
The
people.
weather, it was like high 80s, low 90s.
Yeah, but this was indoors. I think a lot of people are just on vacation with their kids. Like
Yeah.
school had just gotten out around us,
Mhm.
so I'm sure they're all taking off. Like, oh, we need to get you out of this house.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
our Thursday night shoot. Oh, there was something else.
I was just gonna say, like, some other companies, there were like DSG was there. There was like Scent people there. There were people there that had different animal calls. There was RVs.
That if you guys are local to us, you know we had a couple huge hailstorms. Everything in there was on sale with hail damage, and you could get. There was one trailer that you and I looked at. I was like, you could probably pull this behind the golf,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like $15,000 off because of hail damage. And I looked at it, I'm like, I think I have more damage on my car. And like, it was a single axle, full size bed, 2-burner stove, an air conditioning, a toilet, a
TV.
shower, a TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
$10,000.
And bunk beds. There was like there was bunk beds.
I didn't see the bunk bed.
Yeah, you had to like go in.
Oh. So cat beds.
Yeah. Like you could put like 8 to 10-year-olds in there, but
Yeah.
nobody bigger than an 8 to 10-year-old. So good if you got like little kids, but once they're over 10, buy them a pup tent. Thursday.
Yes. Was our Thursday night shoot. Little practice night.
Huge turnout. We
Yeah.
had 21 people.
Yeah. We
That
cap
was-
it at 25.
Yeah. That was a very tightly run group that we had.
And on this one, I really thought we were going to be able to get away with not shortchanging like the amount of stages we ran, because we were not going to do teardown
Mm-hmm.
because of what we're going to talk about next. So I thought we had plenty of time. However, this was the first time that Jackie designed stages.
It was very exciting. I worked really hard on them.
You were very, very overzealous in stage design.
So one of the stages turned out exactly as I wanted.
It did, and it turned out good.
And I loved it.
It was very
I
good.
think everyone had a lot of fun with it. The other stage, it was supposed to just be a split bay, one stage on the left, one stage on the right, do a couple changes. I had everything ready for the changes, but the props did not cooperate at setup.
Correct.
And things had to be removed, and then holes had to be filled, and we ended up just doing a standard stage in the middle and a plain Jane on the right. So it is what it is. Lesson learned. Props don't cooperate. Need more tools.
Yes.
Lots more tools. All the tools.
But the shoot overall was good.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we didn't get through all the stages, it had nice challenges in it. It shot well. Everyone had fun. So it was a nice, successful night.
It was.
And on this particular night, we also didn't have teardown because you got your coworkers all jazzed up about bringing back your employee matches.
We used to hold monthly employee matches the last Sunday of the month, every single month. After hours, we close out to the public, we put our belts on, we get our ammo, load our mags, go in and shoot a match against each other. We brought them back. They're quarterly now instead of monthly, which I get. Someone's got to be there to let us in and let us out and stuff, and it is a time commitment. So we are doing them quarterly. So I won't be able to do it again until September, but this was a big eye opener, I think, for not just the guys who have never shot a match or anything like this before, but
Ever.
also for me.
Oh.
Big eye opener for me. A lot of, I took a class on how to get my gun out of a holster, shoot at the target, and put my gun back in the holster, and that's the extent of their experience with it.
Right.
So there's a lot of reminder, you don't have to push faster than is safe. Like, go at your pace, if you do it unsafe, you lose. You're automatically in last place. So be safe.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of the guys had very eye-opening experiences. They were asking me lots of questions about, the scoring, about why certain rules or things were done a certain way. So it was really exciting for me. I was like the mama. I think I'll jokingly call me their work mom, like constantly. So it's just kind of adding on to that, but teaching my little youngins. And it was a really good time. What I learned from this match was a few things. It was very humbling. I did not come in first. I have the most match experience out of anybody there. I did shoot my carry gun from concealment,
Mhm.
with just like my regular mags that I carry with, nothing like crazy. Um, I learned that I need to download my reload mags by one. Otherwise, I'm sitting there like aggressively trying to seat it during a reload, unless I'm at slide lock. And I also learned that it's very important that you check your equipment
Why is that?
because I got home from several other catastrophes that happened. I'm like taking multiple shots, multiple shots, multiple shots. Can't
And hitting multiple no shoots, multiple no shoots, multiple no shoots.
multiple no shoots. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have like a 4-inch hold, so I have a head box only to shoot at. So the no shoot at the neckline is getting hit over and over and over. And I'm like, oh my God. So I have like a 4-inch hold. So I'm holding just above the break of the cardboard at the head. And even then, nothing's hitting the target. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? So I'm frustrated. That added on. I will admit I need to put a lot more time in with my carry gun. My draw times were slow. They were not consistent. My reloads were fumbly. I just need to put more time in with that gun. So these are all the things that went wrong. I get home, my gun is filthy. I don't know if you guys know, I've been carrying Tony's shield with the Monsoon Lucky Threes. When I racked the slide back, exposing the Lucky Threes, it looked like I had left it in a fireplace. It was filthy. So I kept it to slide lock, set it on the desk with the intention on giving it a good scrubbing, re-oiling it after we got back from the outdoor show on Sunday. Sitting at the desk, he goes,
No,
"What's
like a good
wrong?"
husband.
He goes, "What's wrong with this?" I said, "It's filthy. That's why it's there. I have to clean it." He goes, "No, no, no. What's wrong with this?" I'm like, "I don't know if you heard me. It's dirty." And you shook it and it rattled. And it wasn't clicking right away that it was the optic that was rattling.
Well, because most people are like, oh, the barrel's loose, but
Right.
I deliberately held
He
everything.
held everything except the red dot and it's still rattling like crazy. I'm like, oh my God, is that my optic doing that? He goes, "Sure is." Touched it, huge amounts of play. There's a little wear marks underneath the hubs at the front when they took it off. So the lesson that I learned, in addition to not only checking my gear, I installed the red dot with the screws that have the little blue marks on them, which I was like, oh, blue is Loctite, right? Because Loctite is blue. And when you get packages of screws from any red dot company, there's blue Loctite on them. Apparently, that is not enough. That is never enough. I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was sufficient. You should be putting blue on blue before you put it in the hole.
Well, and on this one, to be fair, there is blue on it, but it's so far up the screw, even when you screwed this in, it never touched
A thread, not a single thread.
the blue.
Yeah,
That was actually threaded into the slide.
right. It's like the blue that was on the screw when you're holding the red dot and you drop the screw in and you can see the screw down on the bottom. No Loctite on the bottom, like 4 or 5 threads, which are what go into the slide.
Right.
So that was frustrating. And also, again, very humbling because I had to admit that there was yet another thing that I did not know all the things about. I was so proud of myself and I installed it and I was like, oh yeah, it's torque to spec and we're good to go. And I bore sighted it, and then I confirmed it on the range. Like, good job, Jackie. You did your own party trick. You didn't have to have your husband install it for you. Should have just had you do it. So, come September, I'm going to have a lot more practice with my carry gun. I'm going to have blue Loctite on that red dot. And I'm going to make the boys cry.
All right. Good. Time for questions?
Yes.
All right. No CCCs this time. But if you guys want to submit questions, comments, concerns, topics, or CCCs that Carry Compete crushes, you can always send that to pewtimepodcast@gmail.com or at Laugh and Load on any of the social medias. I got a few questions in. We're going to have to start with the first one. I'm just now opening them now. And the first one is Mike Boughton gay?
Oh, you guys all have terrible friends.
Oh, we're such good friends. I'm going to say because he did not show up and shoot Northern Illinois. Yes, he is.
Super gay.
He had reasons. I understand. Nonetheless, okay. Next question. Are the HD staccatos worth it?
It's hard for me to say that staccatos are worth it regardless of the model. I think that they're nice.
So I will say the HD shoot phenomenally well. I've only had small time with the factory ones. I've shot the most out of one of the sight blocked ones that's been converted to a comped one from Monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
And that gun shot phenomenal. I shot the shit out of that gun. It's a really good gun. If you're leaning towards something like that where you want the 2011 kind of experience and feel, but you want the Glock mags, and honestly, their little one, the little 19 size one they have, it's a pretty solid carry gun.
That's the one that I would say I like the most.
Yeah. So I would say yes. I think they're worth it. They're even more worth it if you can find a used one.
Yes, I mean, that's always the way to go. And you look at like high-end guns like that, guns that cost more than your average person would assume a gun would cost. Pre-owned.
Next question. How do you focus on the range with all the chaos going on?
Is he talking about the voices in my head?
Could be. Could be.
What do you mean chaos? Was this regarding like
I'm assuming probably
section?
like no. I'm assuming I'm taking this question as like you're shooting a match. How do you deal with like your friends talking or someone not pasting or doing your walkthrough or not getting the stage or finding someone to film it? Are your mags loaded? Like all of the shit that goes on when you're trying to shoot. How do you stay focused? How do you stay in the game?
For me, it's about systems. Like the second I'm done shooting, I'm loading my mags for the next one. I do not ever put non-full mags back in my mag pouch. Like when I'm downrange watching, getting my scores, and someone hands me one of my mags, I'll hold it in my hand or put it in my pocket. I only put it in my pouch if it's been reloaded and ready to go. Just one of those things so that, you look down, you're like, oh, I got my mags. You get out there, 5 go off and you're at slide lock. You're like, oh,
Right.
whoops. So just having like a consistent thing that you do the same way throughout every single stage, when you hear in the hole for your name, find your buddy, hand him your phone, your camera, do a double check on your mags, and zone out while you're on deck. When you are on deck, just walk through your paces. Whether you have to put your head down or close your eyes, or if you're more of a visual person and you're gonna, put your air gun out while they're shooting theirs and move your body in different directions, like how you would enter a position. That's what I do. But however it is you need to get in your own place to go through what's going to happen in 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I would say the answer is almost the same. It is the same for me. I'm just going to say it different. When you have systems and you do things the same, you kind of start to learn to do them subconsciously. Like you want to do them consciously enough to know that you're checking them off correctly, but you kind of just go through them almost on a subconscious level. I'll give you an example. My make ready for my mags is the same all the time, no matter what. Walk up to the line, RO tells me make ready. It's draw the gun. I don't take a sight picture on the gun anymore. I just draw to the ground. I grab the first mag in my mag pouch. I chamber one, safety on, put that mag back in the first mag pouch. And then my middle mag pouch becomes the one in the gun. So no matter what, I always have the first mag pouch, which has now been downloaded one for ease of reloading.
Mm-hmm.
I have a space, and then I have my third mag. That's how it is every time. The only time that changes is if we're doing like an unloaded start. I may pull off the magnet, just because that way I have one that's already downloaded for me.
Mm-hmm.
But as a general rule, for 95% of the stages, that's my make ready every time. And I don't have to think about that. So to me, that frees up bandwidth to be able to deal with the other stuff. If there's less things that I have to constantly remind myself to do, it allows me to think and focus on the things I do need to focus on.
How many targets, where that little hidden guy is that you shouldn't forget about.
And find out what works, what jives for you. Are you a person like when you're in the hole, do you have to step away? Like at the back of the, behind the other shooters, like behind the people taping, to do a walkthrough to where it's silent?
Mm-hmm.
No, okay, go do that. Whatever, like, if that's what it takes for you, go ahead. Nothing's stopping you. You don't have to pace the next one. That's them to rules. You're allowed to do that.
Right.
It really helps to keep the system in place. And I know sometimes it can get a little carried away, especially if you're helping RO or run the tablet,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I will tell you some things like loading your mags directly when you're done, unless you have to load the mags right away. If that's part of your system, that's okay. But if you're running the tablet, they're going to pull you back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, can you run this? I'll tell you the number one fix to that, and I hate to say throw money at the situation, invest in more mags.
Mm-hmm.
Have them loaded.
Yeah.
Have it loaded to where you can have 2 stages preloaded of mags. And this way, when you guys are done with that stage, when you get to the next one during the walkthrough, you can load your mag. You're kind of one stage ahead with mags all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I know like loading the mags and everything can get people caught up and like, oh, I need to help with this. I need to load my mags. Just buy more mags.
Mm-hmm.
Just load them, preload them.
Yeah.
Have them in your bag ready to go. That's a big one for me. And honestly, it's going to sound goofy, especially because I feel like I preach dry fire too much. But if you dry fire to the point where handling a gun is subconscious and like second nature, you don't become so worried about it. It allows, again, freeing up bandwidth to create a stage plan that you're more comfortable with, because you don't really have to worry about the gun part. Like that part just happens. That, to me, gives you confidence, and the confidence allows you to be more relaxed. And the more relaxed you are, the more you can joke around with your buddy and just shut off, because you're not reaching like a boiling point
Mm-hmm.
with like all the stressors.
Information
Yeah,
overload.
all the
type of
stressors
thing.
and everything going on, right? Your levels further down. So
Mhm.
now you can joke around and la 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 la, and you're still not at that level of boiling over with all the extra shit.
Right. You ever watch like a pro driver on a dangerous track? They're not thinking about what gear they're in and what they need to do to downshift to get around a corner.
No, but what they can do, and it's funny you bring that up. Pull up on YouTube uh, and watch interviews with like F1 drivers, and they'll play an audio recording of their car on a track without showing them, just audio. And the driver can tell them what track they're on based on how many gears they went through, how many times they downshifted, when they downshifted, because it's in their, like, again, their dry fire, their simulation time, and their laps on the track. have a lot of them going, oh, I know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
So it allows them to make the decisions on the track when there's other cars around them, when the team engineer is screaming in the radio, right? Same thing with your shooting. Just be a little bit more prepared, have systems in place. And once you're more prepared, I think you're more confident and allows you to do this better.
Right.
That was a good question.
That's a very good question. I do feel like when I screw up on a stage, I'm like I don't know how I missed that target kind of a thing. It's because I was horsing around
Mm-hmm.
when I was on deck. And they were like, shooter, Jackie? I'm like, yo, fuck.
All right.
And then I run over. I'm like, all right, I'm good, I'm ready. And then it's just an absolute
You were
shit show.
indeed not ready.
I was not ready. I'll tell you, there's a little secret about Northern Illinois. Stage that Angelo was helping run was the one that I missed the target on. Because I was goofing around with my girlfriend instead of going through my make ready routine.
She put the blame on you. Shame.
Oh, we're running around.
Shame.
She probably didn't realize I was on deck.
All right, guys, that's it for this week. Thank you so much. Again, stay tuned for next week with the Northern Illinois recap, where I have CROs, sponsor directors, 2 match directors, and all these other people all on the same podcast. It's chaotic, and it's sponsored by Cigar Lounge and a bourbon company, so it does go a little off the rails, so stay tuned for that.
And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
You will see Jackie in 2 weeks, and yeah, we'll talk then.
Okay, bye.